Hello viewers, I wanted to read on Brexit. It's really, I guess, become quite obvious that Brexit, it's the referendum was held. It was only narrowly passed. I don't think Brexiters understood how they would make all this work. It's been left to Theresa May, the Prime Minister of the UK. She has struggled from really to hold on to her own power as a result of Brexit. We need to go back to 2016, and the conditions in the UK at the time were very similar to what was going on in the USA. There were indeed players from the USA in Robert and Rebecca Mercer meddling in UK politics, assisting Nigel Farage, the extreme right wing leader there at the time of Brexit, who was pushing Brexit and stoking the fires of fear and division in much the same way as what had occurred in the US, no doubt with Russian interests as well. So the whole object really was to destabilise the EU. Did it work? Probably, it's too early to tell, but the EU has rallied, and really what is happening now is that the Tories and Theresa May are actually under the hammer now, because there is so much concern in the UK and elsewhere about what are they going to do? What does Brexit mean for the UK? What does it mean for trade? What does it mean for free trade? What does it mean for the existing trade between the EU and the United Kingdom? What about prices for everyday items, pharmaceuticals, food, whatever? I mean, this I guess withdrawal has not been clearly thought out, wasn't thought out at the time of the referendum, and indeed Theresa May has been left holding a very, very poisoned chalice. So she's released a draft deal, if you like. It's to go before the EU on the 25th of November. Then it comes back in December to a vote on the Parliament in the UK Parliament. But really, she holds such a slim majority that anything could happen between now and then. She might be unseated. There might be a general election. If Jeremy Corbyn and the Labor government came to power, they may very well hold another referendum. So I really need to ask, will Brexit happen? They're due, I think it's the 29th of March. Will Brexit happen? That's really what we want to know, isn't it, viewers? Will Brexit happen? Oh, okay, I'm seeing a lot of upheaval between now and then. Will Brexit happen? Okay, let's let the cards do their thing. Will Brexit happen? Okay, Page of Swords coming forward. The Page of Swords straight away is this, this truth coming forward. While the Page isn't a soldier, he is powerful in his own right. So it's almost like there's an innocent aspect to the Page. So it's almost like, even though Brexit is really complicated, there's going to be this need for a greater clarity around it. When I opened up this reading, I just saw the UK Parliament dissolving and retreat. Yeah. Okay, so the focus of the reading is going to be retreat after battle. It would seem that, Brexit is not a done deal at this point in time. And we're pulling these pages, which is interesting because in the... in English history, as we know, we've very much got the royal court. And the knights come forward and the pages, they're coming forward. I think this is Page of Pentacles. And this is like in the past, and this again is around this money news coming forward. It's also, around families, and I think this is picking up the concern in the UK by the average citizen about what is going to happen post Brexit, and this is what I think what's driving the anti-Brexiters and what's driving the resistance to Brexit. It's about how is it actually going to impact on the average families in the UK. Now, this is interesting because we've got these parallels with the USA. That was the suburban householders that really voted against Trump and his candidates in the midterms. And I think it's this realisation that behind the 2016 alt-right movements were these moneyed interests, the Mercers, the Cambridge Analyticas, and it really was to push forward these agendas for the moneyed elite, this dark money that is influencing politics. And don't forget that May was the first to call on Trump post the 2016 election, and there was this promise that indeed the America would open up new trade markets with England, and then May got back to her own country and faced tremendous resistance for supporting Trump. And the people, again, as the last 2 years has unfolded, the English people have taken a stand, tremendous protests against Trump when he visited. So, really Brexit is tied up with all that. And here we go, Brexit is tied up with justice. Okay, so the English people, I think, Scotland doesn't want to leave the EU. In fact, parts of Ireland won't leave the EU either. So there is this really quite significant momentum against Brexit. And I think that at the end of the day, there's been enough revelations coming forward around Farage, around Cambridge Analytica, around this moneyed interests interfering in the UK political landscape, this alt-right movement coming forward. In some ways, Brexit is a tainted, poisoned chalice. And to me, what I saw was the UK Parliament almost dissolving, uproar around the time, I think, of the Brexit vote. I don't think May's going to be able to push her deal through. And the King of Cups is calling for, this tolerance, this empathy and this understanding. So the same things that push the result of the midterm will be pushing back against Brexit. People want to heal from disunity. They see Brexit as fostering division in the country. So the same conditions that are causing change in the US are moving change in the UK. And look, it's going to happen quite quickly. These votes are going to be taken in November and December, the end of November and December. So it's almost, here we go. We've got our knight coming forward again, the Knight of Pentacles. So this is this reliability coming forward. It's, almost new jobs. This, I think what these cards are indicating is that Brexit may not happen, that there is going to be a retreat by May and the Tories, that the Parliament may indeed move towards another general election. My God, so much instability. And we'll just ask that question, I think. Is there going to be a general election for the UK? It seems like Brexit is not going to move forward. Yeah, where's Nigel Farage now? Okay. Where's Boris Johnson now? Where's Rupert Murdoch now? Rupert Murdoch, of course, I think Boris Johnson was one of his editors, one of his papers, I think. I'd have to look that up, but I think that's the case. And England deserves better than this. The United Kingdom, not just England, but Scotland and Ireland, that's where my ancestry lies, They deserve better than this. Okay, this alt-right wing movement. Don't forget what drove this initially was Russia, the war in Syria, and tremendous migration, refugee migration into Europe and indeed coming into England, which again the alt-right wingers fan the flames. I mean, okay, will there be a general election in the UK? Will there be a general election over Brexit? Will there be a general election over Brexit? Yeah. I'm kind of seeing that there will. Will there be a general election to Brexit? Yep, beginnings and endings. There's going to be, well, listen to me. Now I'm running a bit too far forward with this reading. Okay, the King of Pentacles is coming forward, and this is, this wise use of assets and this solid, practical leader coming forward. And I think that there is actually May won't be able to hold on. My feeling is indeed the Tories won't. And in the past, there's this stalemate, this suspension that comes forward with the hangman, almost an untenuous position. Here's, I think, Theresa May. She has been left with a poisoned chalice. No one thought around the referendum how Brexit would work, and indeed it's becoming clear that it is complicated, complex, and in some cases unworkable, and that it will actually cause a downturn in the United Kingdom's economy. And again, we're pulling new beginnings. Okay, so there is going to be a general election. Now, the Seven of Rods comes forward when it's around this self-defence and competition. So it seems as though that the Tories, will be trying to defend themselves, but indeed that there is new beginnings coming forward. And this again the card of strength. Again, this new starts. All these cards tended to come forward around the midterms, and we saw what happened. So Brexit is not a done deal, viewers. Definitely not a done deal. It's possible that the UK Parliament will dissolve and that there will be a general election, because we've pulled these major arcanas. Oh my goodness me. Okay, look at the major arcanas in this situation. It's just that indicates to me the I guess the criticalness of the situation in the United Kingdom at the moment. It's almost like it has to, the desk or the slate has to be wiped clean, and everything has to start again. Okay, so that's the reading on Brexit. I hope you enjoyed it. There are linkages between what's going on in the UK and what has gone on is going on in the US. And, it's almost like the people, those families are driving forward this change. So while these cards, can't, they're for guidance, aren't they? I would say that my best intuition is telling me that the UK Parliament may not be able to withstand the conditions around Brexit, the complexities of Brexit, what it actually means for the United Kingdom's economy, and indeed there could well be a general election, and everything is reset and starts again. All right, that's the reading for today, viewers. Thank you.